Now we are going to cover page layout. So page layout here, nothing much important except few options which I am going to explain you. So one, themes. If you wanted to change any themes of your Microsoft Excel, you can change it. So I will show you. Go to page layout. So here you have various themes, whichever you want you can change it. So based on the selected theme, so your Excel data will be updated. Here if you see dates, font style, the row width, column width, all are getting changed. So these we mostly don't use it unless it's required. We go default theme as office theme. This is how it looks. Then we have browse for theme and save current theme. In case if you design any theme, you can save current theme, and if you wanted to import that particular theme, yes, you can use it in the future as well. So next we have various colors. By default we will have a let me select the office theme only. So by default we will have a office color. If you wanted to change it to the various colors, you can change it based on your requirement. And we have fonts as well. So if you wanted to change it to the fonts, yes, you can change here as well. Fonts, see what is the difference between changing font style here and changing under theme. Okay, changing under themes. So here if you change it under home button, only selected will be changed, but if you change it here, entire workbook will be changed, your font. So let me take, you see here if we have multiple sheets, so let me copy this data to the multiple sheets. Let me unselect. So if I change to, okay, let me change it to the different font. See here, so everywhere it is getting changed. So here you have to do column fit to the cell. So did you observe? So everywhere it's getting changed. So whatever the font style you have, so that will make it as a uniform if you change it from here. Then we have effects. So if you wanted to have a office effects, you can change it, but again it's not recommended, or we don't usually use it. Very rarely we use it. Now next option, page setup. So page setup, I would like to mainly explain you how this page setup works in a reality. Now for example, I would like to print this data. Okay, so we have to set up margins, right? So here we have last custom settings, and the if you make any custom settings, it will come here last at custom settings. If you wanted to make, here we have some default settings, but however if you wanted to change based on your requirement, you just click on custom margin. So here if you see here page, so page orientation, how you want landscape or portrait, and adjust to the scaling 100%. This you can change it based on your requirement. And paper size, here you can select A4, A3, statement, legal, all those options are available. And margins, here how you wanted to leave margin whenever printing, empty space, the top how much want to leave, and bottom, header, footer, all these you can adjust in the page setup. So here we have header and footer. So if you wanted to type anything in the header footer, you can change it. So next option is print titles. So let me print this document. If you see here, when I'm trying to print, so it is going to the 3 sheets and 6 sheets, right? So all columns are not fitting into the single sheet. Now now if I go to the second sheet, I don't know what is the header of this one. Now I want headers to be printed in the each and every page. So for that you can click on print titles, then select how many rows you want to repeat. So I want to repeat one row, I will select it. In case if you wanted to repeat multiple rows on the each and every page, you can select that as well. So now if I go to the print preview, if I go to the next page, you see my headers are getting printed in the each and every page. Now here I would like to explain you some of the print settings, so here we have, if you wanted to print how many copies you want to print, you can select how many copies you want. And if you wanted to print as a physical, you can select the printer which it is been attached to the your system. Then here, print active sheet. So by default only active sheet will be printed. In case if you wanted to print entire book, so entire workbook means there will be a multiple sheets, right? So all the sheets if you wanted to print, you have to select this. Print selection, in case if you wanted to print only selected text or selected range, you can select it and you can print only selected range. If you go here, so print selection only, so this is the range which I have selected, I can print only that. Next option, print active sheet, I will select. In case if there are multiple pages, if you wanted to print only page number 1 to 3, okay, so that will print only 1 to 3 pages. And if you wanted to print uncollected, collated, if you wanted to print like that, you can print. And page orientation which I showed you. And in case if you wanted to print some, let me explain you other one. Here there is a page which you can select, right? We mostly prefer A4 and custom margin, no scaling is there, right? So here if you select print sheets at their actual size, yes, 100%, but fit sheet on one page, so that means your entire data if you wanted to print it in the one sheet, so this is how it will come. No, I don't want, but fit all columns on one page. That means if I select this, see earlier the last few columns are printing in the other page, but now all columns are printing in the single page. Now if you wanted to print all rows in the single page also, you can select. So these are the some of the print settings. So we mostly use this one, print all columns on single page and print titles. Now print area, if you wanted to set a print area, you can select it. So set a print area, you can select the range where whichever you wanted to print, then you can click as print area, only that will be printed. And which I showed you, paper size you wanted to choose, you can choose based on your data. Next, clear print area. So if you wanted to clear print area, you can clear it. And page break views, if you wanted to insert page break views, how it's going to print, so that will show you page break. Where is the page break view? So here if you see, there are some lines, right, broken lines. So till here it will come as one page, and from there it will print as another page. If you wanted to remove page break views, you can remove it. If you wanted to reset all page breaks, yes, you can do that as well. Next, background color. If you wanted to insert any picture in the background or anything in the background, so you can insert, that's up to you. So let me insert some logo I have. So this is how I can insert. So again, it's not recommended to use. However, if you wanted to print something like watermark your company logo in the behind your text, yes, that you can do that as well. Now if you wanted to adjust one page row width, all this you have by default, we'll have a automatic. And if you wanted to adjust this one automatic, if you wanted to adjust one page, two page, third page, more pages, all this you can select and adjust it. And we have scale. So scale, if you wanted to adjust to 100% to 100% based on your fit, you can adjust it here. If you see here, so there are other options as well. So here we have landscape and portrait, give OK. So you can adjust all these based on your requirement. Next, grid lines. So I have been telling, right, the lines which you see, these are called grid lines, they are not actually borders. So if you do not want to show them, so you can check that, that will look like a plain document, I mean plain Excel. Okay, now if you wanted to print grid lines, so you can select this. And headers, if you do not want to show headers, you can. And if you wanted to print, whenever you print headers, you can select this as well. Okay, these are the some of the options which are available under page layout. So formulas will come later. And next, let me get into the data tab. So data ribbon tab. So there are important things under data ribbon tab which I will explain you. So when you have a data in the different format, if you would like to import data, you can use from file. So we have Excel workbook, we can import from dot text or CSV file. So there are various formats as well. You can even import data from PDF as well. So here we have various other options from database, from Azure and all. These we don't use it. These will be used by data scientists, that is who has strong technical. Of course we can learn, and when we wanted to import data from different database, we can import that as well. Okay, let me create first data. So here I have this data, right? Let me put it in the notepad or text. So let me create. So I explained you what is the point of creating in the text notepad. So let me paste it, let me save it. Now I would like to import this. See here I have all the formats, borders, formulas, whatever it is. Now when I'm trying to import from text file, you can go get data, select text or CSV. I can import the data to my MS Excel. So MS Excel notepad, import data. So that is importing data and it's trying to read how it wants to fit. So whenever you try to import data, so it will take you to the Power Query editor. This anyway, this will not be covered in our part of this one. So this is how your data is being imported. Now by default, it is getting imported as a table format, but however you can make it a normal. I showed you right how you can make it as a normal. So by table format you will have a formats and grid lines, all table design and all. See if we go here, okay, let me try to import notepad. We have right that file name, it take took it, file name took it as a sheet name automatically. This is how data got imported. Now we have imported data, and from text tree same options which we have available here, they are available. If you wanted to import anything from the table range or table, so you can import that data as well. So where is your data for your table? If you wanted to create table, just select and you can create table. Then we have refresh option. In case if there are any live links, if you wanted to refresh, you can use this option to get the live data. And we have queries and connections. This is something to do with Power Query Editor. If I click on it, so Power Query Editor is a ETL tool of Microsoft. This is built in the MS Excel or MS Power BI, where you can make, for example, this is my raw data. So I will quickly show you what we can do in the Power Query Editor. For example, I would like to remove this particular column. I can remove it. I would like to remove this. I can remove it, but remove some of the rows. So here you can customize. Now for example, I am getting a data of 100 rows, 100 columns of data. When I am trying to import, I do not want all the 100 columns. Maybe I want only 10 columns out of that. So you can select only those 10 columns, or you can exclude or delete all those other columns, and you can import it. So I have made all my changes here. Okay, choose columns. If you wanted to choose columns, which are all the columns you wanted to select. So here I have data, right? For example, I would like to import only these two columns. I will select, give OK. Now close and load. So this will be closed and my data will be loaded. Remote connections, cannot refresh connection, only query. Looks like there is some error. Okay, let me redo it, import it, redo it in the other sheet. So here we have transform button. So that will take me to the Power Query editor. So in that Power Query editor, I would like to choose only few columns. So let me select, I would like to choose only column and city, give OK. So these are the columns will be imported. So I will say close and load. Let me select. So this is how I will get data only for the selected columns. So here in the Power Query editor, there are many more customizations. Anyway, that will not be covered as a part of this one. The whoever would like to learn uh, what is expert level or Power BI, this will be covered. The Power Query editor will be covered in that. Now under data, next we have organization. In case if you wanted to put organization, so let me select organization. So learn how. Okay, so let me go to the new sheet. So I'll put info Infosys info sys Infosys. If I click on it, so you are no organization data types available yet. So in case if there are any organization data limited, so it's nothing. See, I will show you. I typed Infosys, right? So help, I think nothing is matching. So whenever you have typed some organization data, if you wanted to import or map that, you can select it. Now stocks are there, right? Infosys Limited. So I have selected. Sorry, something went wrong. Please check your network connection. Maybe I think some issue is there. That is the reason it's not picking up. So if you wanted to add your stock names, yes, you can add here. Type some name. Okay. So let me take Reliance, Reliance Industries. Select my stock name. So if you wanted to select it from NSC or BSC, it will ask. If I select it NSC, it is been uh, directly linked from NSC website. If you see here, this has been it linked from NSC. Now if you wanted to add more, it's like 52 weeks low. What is the 52 weeks low price and what is the 52 weeks high price? You can check. And whenever if you go and refresh here, this will take the live data. So however it is running in the live data will be updated here. Next we have ascending and descending order. So for example, I have this data, I would like to sort it out. So I will select it and do ascending order or descending order, A to Z or Z to A. And if you wanted to do sorting multi-level, so if you wanted to have first by customer name you wanted to filter, next by city, so you can add multi-level sorting, multiple levels. So if you go here order based on the this one, it will show. In case if you wanted to add a custom list also you can add it. So in the previous training I have added custom list. Let me delete it, which I don't need. So here by default we have weekdays and months. Okay, if you wanted to create your custom list based on that, it will sort your data. So you don't want this, just delete this level, give OK. So your data will be sorted, multi-level sorting we call it. Next option we have filters. So filters we use it very oftenly. The shortcut key for applying filters, control plus shift plus L, control shift L. Okay, so for applying filters, control shift L. First you need to select the data, then only you can apply for the filters. See what happens if you don't select the data and apply filters. In case if there are any gaps, it will select only till there, it will not select the entire data. So always make sure that whenever you are creating pivot tables or creating table or applying filters or sorting, make sure that you are selecting the entire data and apply either filters or pivot table. If you wanted to create pivot table, all you can do. Now filters. So why do we have to do filters? So for example, I have this text. Now I wanted to see only Mumbai, Mumbai booking details. So let me select here filters. I can uncheck and I can check only the Mumbai, sorry, Bangalore people. So I want to check only Mumbai, right? So uncheck this one, select only Mumbai. So here you are, you may ask, so you are saying that you will teach me shortcuts, and how are you typing here? So let me select data, Control Shift L for applying filters. Now I will use the Alt and down arrow to get the drop down backs. Now use the space to select or unselect. Use one space, it will select. If you click on once again another space, it will unselect. Now I wanted to select only Mumbai, just enter. So you will get the only Mumbai data. See here we have various things under filter. So let me explain one by one. So here also you can do sorting, and in case if there are any colors, if you wanted to sort it by those colors also. So let me create some colors so I can show you how those colors works. Okay, if you wanted to filter by color, which color you wanted to filter? So yellow color. In case if you wanted to filter by this particular color, you can filter it. Okay, your data. Next, here we have filter by color, which I showed you. Sorry, this is a sort by color, and filter by color, only that color will be selected. Okay, next let me uh, remove all the filters and reapply. Now here if you see text filters, so the kind of data which is available in that particular column, so it will show the what kind of filter you wanted to display here. So it is showing here text filters. Similar way, if you come to the phone number, it is showing me here number filters. Similar way, if we come to the date column, it is showing me date filters. Have you observed this? So the kind of data you have in the specified column, so based on that we have three various filters. So that is text filters, number filters, custom filters. I would like to show you how do we use and where do we use these text filters. For example, I wanted to see whose name begins with A. If I just whose name begins with A, if I type the whose, these people names are beginning with A. So that is filtering. Now similar way, whose name ends with E, I wanted to see, I could see only one name is ending with E. So this is how you can customize or filter your data based on your requirement. Similar way, wherever there is a uh, C contains in a name, so I wanted to filter. So these are the people whose name contains C, letter C. So this is how you can create filters. I wanted to pause it, the recording. I'm not getting this option. Where did it go? sorry, it took a while to get this option, it was not coming earlier. So let me let me pause it and open my Excel files, then I will come back. So we were talking about filters, right? So let me take this data to the different sheet, different workbook. So how to apply filter? Shortcut key Control plus L is the shortcut key to apply filter. So we have seen text filters, how we can use these text filters. In case if you wanted to type some names here, you can type here. For example, Amar. If you type here, that will select. If you just give OK, you can select that name. For example, you have some names with the letter G, Z. Okay, if you type, only those names will be filtered. That is how you can choose. For example, you wanted to go to the C, whose name starting with C. Instead of going here one by one, just to type C here. That will take you to the starting letter of C. You can select whichever the name you want, C. Next, we have date filters. So number filters I'll come to you later. So here date filters, if you wanted to filter the before date, after date, tomorrow, today, so whichever the date you want, you can use the same filters here. Next, number filters. So when it comes to the number filters, if you see, we have various filters under number. So equals to, for example, whose number is equals to 100. If you wanted to filter, only those will be filtered. Similar way, we have greater than uh, 200. So whose customer bill is greater than 200, we can filter all of them. Similar way, we have greater than or equals to, less than or equals to. All these we have based on our requirement, we can filter it. Between, top 10, above average, below average, custom filter. So what are all there in the custom filter? I'll show you. Here we have greater than or equals to, less than or equals to, begins with, ends with. All this we can select, and based on our requirement we can filter it. For example, let me see here, I wanted to see between. So I wanted to see between 500 to 700. So whose customer bill is between 500 to 700, I wanted to filter only these employees. So this is how we can use it. And when it comes to the text, now I would like to filter only Karnataka registration vehicles. I'll just type KA. So wherever there is a KA, all these will be filtered. Enter, only Karnataka vehicles will be filtered. So this is how you can filter, you can use the filters. Now what is this advanced filter? So I am clear with normal filters. Then what is the benefit of using advanced filters, and where do we use these advanced filters? So advanced filters is nothing but, see here also we can use filters, but advanced filters, for example, I would like to filter only with Karnataka. Now I have this data, I would like to copy somewhere else. So here I have to manually copy it and paste it somewhere else. But what if I have advanced filters? So let me take, I will copy this city as a Bangalore. Now I want operator bill. Whose operator bill? Let me copy this one, Bangalore. Where is my Bangalore? So operator bill greater than 1000 rupees. So I will put greater than 1000. Now using advanced filters, how can we get data here based on our filter? So go here, based on our filter, you can select the data range. So this is my data range. Now criteria. So what is the criteria? So I will select this criteria. So here whenever you are creating criteria, so data headers must, or else so this can't recognize how data should be filtered. If we click on it, okay, let me redo it. Criteria. So this is my criteria. Give OK. So my data has been filtered wherever there is a operator bill above 1000. Now remove, clear it. Now I wanted to copy the data, whatever the data has been filtered, I wanted to copy that data somewhere else here. So how do we do that? So select here, select the range. This is my range, and select my criteria. So there is an option called copy to another location. So where you wanted to copy to another location, so I'll give here copy the filter data to the another location. So there is another option called unique records only. In case if you think that there are duplicate records, now you wanted to remove duplicates and copy only unique records, so you can check this box, give OK. So here if you see my Bangalore, and wherever there is operator bill above 1000, the data has been copied very quickly. Okay, here you no need to do. So like this, what is say criterias, how many criterias you want, you can give. So for example, criterias, let me take pickup date as well. So that is November 5th. Okay, now I want pickup date as November 5th. November 5th, and let me put some other data for November 1st as well. So now I'll go here, apply advanced filter. This is my table. So this is my criteria range. I am selecting here, and I want to copy this data to the different location. Give OK. Now if you see, I have chosen two dates, that is one is 1st and another one is 5th. So both the dates data it has picked up here. So like this, how many criteria you want to give, you can give and filter the data and get to the different location. So I would like to show you how the duplicates also works. Okay, so let me create the data duplicate. So these three lines I will duplicate data. Now with the same criteria, I'll go advanced filter, then this is my list range I am selecting, and my criteria. So let me select my criteria and copy to different location here. Now copy only unique records I will select. So here if you see here, we have copied Deepak last three lines, right? So we got it only once here. If you see here, these lines we copied 3 times. Okay, anyway, that only Sheetal is there greater than 1007. If we see only one payment, we got it for the Sheetal. So that is how it works, advanced filter. Hope it is clear. Next option, we will move on to the text to column. So where do we use this text to column? See, text to column, if you wanted to split particular cell data to the multiple columns, or particular column data to the multiple columns using different criteria. So how do we split that data? So we are going to learn here. Now let me take these car numbers. Now I wanted to split these car numbers. I want state code in one column, that is MH in one column, and I want the RTO code in one column, then I want other alphabets in one column, then I want last 4 digits of numerical in one column. So how do we do? How can we split using the text to column? I'll show you. So select the data first, go to text to column. So here we have, whenever you click, so you can read this one. If this is not correct, choose next. If this is correct, choose next. So here we have delimited and we have fixed. So in this case, I would like to choose delimited, sorry, fixed. Okay, delimited I will explain you. So delimited means, if you see here, so characters such as commands or tabs separate each field. Okay, so if there are any special characters, so if you wanted separator with that, you can use the delimiter, or else we'll go with the fixed. Now I'll go here. Now I wanted to put, if I click on one click, there is a arrow mark is coming and one line is separator. Okay, so this is how I want. Okay, if I double click, that will be removed. If you double click on that particular line, that will be removed. So this is how I would like to split. So wherever you want, you can put. See, again, when you have a fixed range of data only, you can do this fixed. Okay, next click on it. So this is how your data preview, this is how it's going to split. So your state code in one column and RTO code in one column, next RTO code in another column, then last four digits of numerical in the another column. If you are fine with it, if you click on finish, so this is how your data would be splitting. Yeah, here there is a 0, right? So 0 is not coming here, so that is how it is splitting. So what we can do in that case, so let make all these columns as text. Okay, let me select now, go to data, fixed width. Now I want RTO. No, these things it's not picking up because that is number, right? So as soon as it is taking number, number is picking up in the 0. Usually when you are trying to enter 0 in the before number, the 0 will not take it usually. So that is something which we have to fix it manually or add it 0. So in that case, what we can do, how do we add that 0 here? So you can filter wherever we have this, then we need to add 0. I will show you how we can add 0 using functions when it comes to the formulas and functions. So this is the one way of doing. Now I have here, let me take, I have this operator name. Okay, let us take, let me take something differently so I can easily explain to you. So I'll go to my sample data. So let me take my employee in last name, first name. So I will put it here. I will do concatenate anyway. Concatenate function I will explain to you later. This comma, comma, space. So this is the one way. I will put hyphen. So I am trying to explain you with the different scenarios how you can split. Let me put some other special character. So here I have names. So I have names here, right? So all my names has first name, last name. They have been combined with different special characters. Now let me select one by one. So how can we split using the delimiter? So here delimiter, that is a special character which we have. Okay, let me go to text to column. I'll select delimited. Now here there is a space, right? You can split based with space. Here first name, last name, there is a comma and space. If you wanted to split using the space, you can select this. If you wanted to split using the comma, this you can select. In case if there is any semicolon, you can select this. So here you see data preview how it's going to split. Okay, so comma and space, this is how it's going to split. If I am fine with it, go ahead and finish it. So here I have not selected entire column, so that is the reason that split has done only for the selected active cell. Okay, now let us do it for the entire column. So I have selected. So with a comma and space, I would like to split this one column data to the multiple columns. So that is called text to column. Now here I have comma and I have space, so I have checked and selected, but however here I have hyphen, right? So how can we do text to column? So same thing here, so uncheck this. There is other option, right? In the other option you put hyphen. So as soon as you put hyphen, this is how it is going to preview, this is how it's going to split. If you click finish, so this your first name last name will be split into the two different columns. So similar way here you have special character is at the rate, you put at the rate here, so based on at the rate this data will be split into the two separate columns. So same way here we have power symbol, you just put here select power symbol. Where is my power symbol? So that is, if I put it, see here I am trying to say if any special symbols are available in the single column, you wanted to split that data to the multiple columns based on your requirement, that will be split into the multiple columns. So this is very oftenly we use it, and sometimes what happens when you have a date, okay, let me take this date to the text format. So I wanted to show you here, let me put it dd hyphen mm hyphen yy. Okay, let me filter and show you here. If you see here, this is in the date format, right? Now if you see it here, this is in the text format. So these are not in the date format. In these cases what can we do? You can select this one, go to text to column, there is an option called date text. Date is there, right? You can select date, then how you want it to split. So mmddyy ddmmy, you can select whichever the option you wanted to do it. You can do text to column. So here if you see, your dates have been formatted to the date format. So that is how you can use text to column function command in the Excel. Okay, next here it says, so whenever it place a cursor here, split a single column of text into multiple columns. For example, you can separate a column of full names into separate first and last name columns. You can choose how to split it up, fixed width or split at each comma, period or other characters. So that is what we have learned. Next, let me take the sample data something here. So I have here some sample data for which I have taken. So here I will take out this, I will put it in the separate sheet. Now let me take out designation, and here I would like to remove duplicates. So there is an option called remove duplicates. If you see here, I have HR department, I have departments, right? Now I wanted to have a unique departments here. So how can we do? Select remove duplicates, just select the column. So your duplicates will be removed, only unique values will be remained here. So that is how you can use the remove duplicates. So similar way I would like to do it for my states as well. So why I am doing, I will show you, there is a reason behind this. Okay, so select this, remove duplicates, click on it, your duplicates will be removed and I have only unique values. Similar way designation I have, I would like to remove duplicates, I can remove it, only unique values I have. Now I have this data, let me delete this, I will add gender as well. So now we are going to learn data validations. So what is data validation and where do we use it? How do we use it? What is the point of putting data validations in the MS Excel? So I am gathering some information. So let us take, so I would like to gather some student name or employee name. Employee name. Now I would like to add gender. Now mobile number. So state. So this information I would like to collect from various students or various employees. So what people can provide all the possibilities I will explain to you. So I will say employee name, my name is Surendra, Shanvita, Sugi, Grishma, Kavita. So this is how names can be filled. So in case if they wanted to put the first name last name as well, okay, so Shanvita Reddy Sugi Sugi Reddy. Now how do we edit in the cell? You just place a cursor here or you can press F2. Okay, you can edit Suren Reddy. So you can edit a text in the cell and add it. Now gender I want, so I like M, I will put M. So if Shanvita is Reddy female, she will put female. Then Sugi Reddy is a female, she will put only F. Then Grishma is female, she will type female in all small letters. You see here, and Kavita is female, so she will type all female. Now, see here, all are correct. That depends on how you take it. Now, I do not want this gender to be entered manually. So, I am going to give a drop down. So, drop down list. Whenever you are filling a any application form, you would have seen, right? So, here also we will put, what do you say, Mr. or Mrs. Mr. or Mrs. So, that also I would like to put it as a drop down so they can select it. So I do not want user to enter it manually. I am going to restrict access to that. So how can we do that? Okay, so Surendra Reddy, let me take another guy, Raju. Okay, Raju, Ramu. So they will say male. They will type here. So one can type here. So if you see here, see all are correct, but data is coming in the various formats which we do not want user to enter it manually. So what we can do, we can create a data validation. So we are going to give them to select from the drop down list. So how can we do that? There is an option called data validation. You just click on data validation. So by default you will have a any value. So here whole number, okay, whole number I will tell you. So let us select list. Now I want only male or female, male comma female. So here I am going to give only two options, okay, female and male, right? Male and female. So I am going to give drop down. I am creating drop down list here, so male and female, and input message, whenever they place a cursor there, I would like to say that please select select from drop down list. Please select from drop down list. I'm giving and error alert. So there are three options here: stop, warning, information. So let us select stop. So I will give please select from drop down list. You can give your own text based on your requirement. Give OK. Now what it does, whenever I place a cursor, it is saying that please select from drop down list. You see here, earlier there was no drop down option. Now drop down option came. Now if I am trying to enter M, it is not allowing me. So the error which I am getting is please select from drop down list. Now you can use the alt and down arrow, you can select only. So I am not giving any permission to the user to update anything manually. So he has to select gender either male or female. Okay. So this is the benefit of if you create a data validations, you will get the data in a proper format where you will not have challenges for your further analysis. So this is how they can you can create a data validations in the selected range or selected column. So similar way, I have mobile number, right? Now I would like to enter mobile number 10 digits minimum, right? So 10 digits. Now some people can enter 9 numbers, some people can enter 11 numbers, some people would like to add plus 91 as well, right? Now I do not want that user to add multiple numbers. So how we can do, I will explain you. So here let me create a drop down list for state. So I will select here. So how can we create drop down list for state? Now here we have only two, male and female, which I have typed it manually. Now I have a 27 states list, right? So what I can do, I can go here and select the entire list. Okay, if I give okay error message, whatever you wanted to give, you can give. That's up to you. Here I am giving as a please drop down, please select from the drop down list. Here if you see, my states all are appearing as a drop down here. So I can select whichever the state I want. For example, if I type it as a AP, it will not take, it is not allowing me to enter or update it. Now similar way, as I said, mobile number, right? So how can we have mobile number should be entered only 10 digits? So how can we do that? So I will select the range, then go to data validation. So I will select custom. So custom I will put equals to length, open bracket, this range, close bracket, 10 digits equals to 10 numbers. So if I give this, give OK. For example, you are entering some number only 10 digits. If you enter, it will take, I think we entered 10 digits, right? Now if I am trying to enter only 4 or 5 digits, it is not allowing me because this is incorrect. So your mobile number must be 10 letters. So if you enter 10 letters, then only it will take. If you enter any one additional letter, it is not taking. So this is how you can create data validations. So its main intention, if you are collecting or if you are trying to put some data, creating drop down list for to get the clean data, to update the clean data using the data validations. Next we have outline. So I will show you how you can create grouping and ungrouping. So I have this data. I would like to create a grouping and ungrouping for this data. So both I would like to have a one group. So here what is the point of creating one group? For example, when you have a large data, you would like to have them as a group. Here you can expand our okay, let me these three into the separate group, then these two into separate group. Okay, if you wanted to minimize this data, so you can expand or what do you say, collapse, expand or collapse, so you can minimize the data which you don't need. So how many outlines you want, you can create it. So if you wanted to create any ungroup, so clear outline, so this outline will be cleared. Now if you wanted to create subtotals for this data, so subtotals, let me take city wise subtotal I want, and I want as operator bill. So we can create subtotals here. You see here city wise. Okay, before that we have to sort the data. Okay, so let me sort it my data. So we have names as well, right? So let me put my city in the first column. So I want, let me sort it out data, because if the our city is in the different place, then it will create the duplicate subtotals. Now city wise I want subtotals to be created. Just select here, there is an option called subtotals, select it, and city, select city, and total operator bill. If you give OK, you see here for entire my Bangalore, the Bangalore subtotal has been created here, operator bill. So this is a subtotal which has got created. So for same for Delhi and same for Mumbai as well, and we have grand total as well. Okay, this grand total, it will take sum of subtotals of each city. See here 12980. So grand total is 12980. So this is how it will create subtotals in the data. So this is all about under data ribbon button. So we will continue with other video in the review and other options. Thank you. Thanks for watching.